I need folks to understand that when the wrestling is natural and it
Yes.
feels real,
Mm-hmm.
it's the best.
All facts. Is that so? Let me ask you a question then.
Hmm.
Is that why we've all been rewatching the final boss segment from Raw? Did that feel like the realest shit?
Baby, I was shocked. I was entertained. I was
I was like
turned
this.
on all at the same
All
time.
of the
All right, yo.
above.
All at the same time. All at the same time. Baby, I don't care what y'all was talking about rock shoes and shit the
No,
last 2 weeks.
Oh
who
no.
cares?
Baby,
Who
Yeah.
Rock
No,
cares?
Dwayne,
no, you're.
call
Okay.
me Dwayne.
I'll.
Call me Dwayne.
Well, I'll say
Lean
Dwayne.
and
no.
I will
mean.
sign the NDA. I will
I
sign it.
I'm gonna
I
say
will
this,
sign it.
Didi. I will say I will still make fun of this man's shoes.
That's the perfect. This is it.
Yeah, it
Ron
was
got it.
cinema.
Yeah.
It was the thing is I think what I've been waiting for from this feud was what happened on Raw. At some point, oh shout out to work, shout out to work. Let me get the applause for him too. At some point, it's got to be a situation where somebody got to throw some hands. All this talking's got to stop. And what did the Rock said online? Because he been posting
Rock
photos
said-
from everything. Rock said, here she go. Here go history lesson Mimi up here. Rock said that he told Cody in the middle of the ring, I'm going to make you bleed tonight. That's what he said that he told Cody. And then he went out there, beat his ass in the rain.
First of all, can we go back to that?
What, beating his ass in the rain?
Is a man gonna tell you he gonna make you bleed in the ring and you sitting there like this?
He was confused. He didn't know if that was real.
What?
Well, I mean,
What did
if
you
y'all know the
say?
history, Cody actually has been dying to bleed in WWE. They
Yeah, he
ain't let
couldn't
him.
wait.
Remember
He
that
could
nigga
not
used to
wait.
bleed every single week over there.
Well,
That nigga was over there. He used to get busted open like Dave DeGrasse.
facts. That was good. And look at this man. He been waiting for this. He been waiting for this.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for the blood. Damn. shouts out-
Purposely didn't dye his roots that day
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
because he wanted that listen. That
the
was
ra-
the best.
Well, Mimi, let me ask you a question because you've been doing your research
Yes.
on Old Rock lately.
Yes.
How much did that segment feel like the Rock stuff you've been watching lately?
This is different.
Talk
And I
about
don't
it.
know. I don't know if it's because I'm watching it now and I'm not like, oh, old rock, going back to whatever,
Mhm.
and feeling like you remember, but you really don't. Yo, Rock back in the day felt like that annoying dude at school that had the jokes and you just wanted to slap the shit out of him because he was just so fucking annoying.
Shouts out Rattler
So
Steve, man. Shouts out
annoying,
Rattler
yo,
Steve.
and loud. Okay, but it was entertaining as fuck.
Right.
Okay, he and Stone Cold
Get down.
and that whole Deborah situation was hilarious. I thought
Mickey
she was hilarious. Okay, and then when you kind of like, if you read some of their books, you kind of like wonder, oh, is this what? So it brought back some of that stuff because I read Stone Cold's book.
Mhm.
So he talks about, seeing the double braces and all that. And I didn't realize they went against each other twice.
Oh, yeah,
And
they had a
they're
whole
both
feud, yeah.
they both were different.
Yeah.
They were different. And it was just, I almost got jealous, like, oh my God, how did I not watch this during this time? And I have to say, I always felt like I've never watched him in the ring, so I couldn't have anything to go by. And remember, I came in the chat and I was like, I only have 2 matches. Yo, The Rock was really good in the ring.
I tried. Look.
He was quick, snap. I was like,
I'm not
oh,
gonna say I told you so, but yeah.
He's one
And
of
I
the most
think-
polished pro wrestlers I've ever seen.
yes,
Yeah.
super polished. And then here's what I am gonna also say, going towards the later times or whatever, when he would come back and feud with people
Mhm.
and they're feeling like, oh, you're coming in and taking my spot. It felt like he was fueled even more to prove that I can come back.
Oh
and
yeah,
I
he
can
had
go
to.
got it.
He had
And
to
I was
perform.
like,
Yeah.
Okay, I like
The
this.
The Rock is a competitor, and I'm gonna tell you, I am confused as to why
Shut up, man.
there are no "Look at Your Boy" T-shirts on WWE
He
Shop.
said, "Look at you now, boy.
Boy,
Look at you now, boy."
Why is that
Mama
not a shirt? 'Cause
Rose.
I would wear that shirt just to heckle Cody.
Yes.
You know, I love Cody, but I
Yes.
would wear that shirt just to heckle him.
No. No. No.
Look at you now,
But
boy.
but this
Look at
final
you.
boss, Rock,
What?
every
love it.
from the
It's all
presentation,
different.
the intro, his ring entrance,
All of it.
everything about it is giving. It's giving top tier. It's giving
Yes.
star.
Yes.
It's giving who he is.
Yes.
And that segment, we gotta shout out Cody Rhodes too, because Cody sold it. You're
He had
only
no
as good as
choice.
the person. You're only as good as the person that's selling for you. And I'm gonna say this: a lot of people have a
What was he
lot to
saying
say
right there?
about.
He said
I was
fuck
just-
or something.
Oh,
yeah, he,
Yeah,
yeah.
it-
yeah, he
This
definitely
is what
cut
happens when you fuck with the final boss.
facts. That's exactly
Yeah.
what he said. That's exactly what he said.
So let me ask you a
But-
question real quick. At the end of the video game, who come last? The tribal chief or the final boss?
This was the
Final
question.
boss.
When I asked this question a couple weeks ago, the chat told me Roman's the tribal chief, Rock is the
No.
high chief. That's what they told
were
me.
saying. That is what they were saying.
That's what they told me.
First of all, Rock has the best entrance in pro wrestling, hands down, right now. It ain't no match. in it.
Facts.
Right.
The
Facts.
thing, and I complain. I was guilty of this. When Rock came back, I was scared because I thought he was going to talk about the goosebumps and the
did.
know your role.
He did.
and the Brony Avenue.
My family.
I thought he was going to do that.
The whole time.
But the thing is
Slowly
he
but
never really
surely.
did that. He never
Right.
did that when he came back during the past.
Well, he did when he started with Cody Crybabies and you can't see me. He was doing the same stuff he did
I'ma
with
keep
Cena.
this
You
energy.
can't see me. Like he was doing old stuff. This
I'ma
is
keep
the
this
most
energy.
elevated, and I guess it's the most time that Rock has spent with the Rock since back. He's not just coming to do a one-off. He here for a minute. And this elevation, and I gotta tell myself, like, yo, nigga, give it time, because I was worried at first.
Right.
And then he brought it
I
along,
wasn't.
and we got here.
I was.
I wasn't. I wasn't worried, and here's why. The Rock has been in Hollywood for a long time. He's been around writers for a long time. He's been
Yeah,
acting
movies
now
they
for a
been
long
writing.
time. I mean, yeah, but he understands character development and the journey of
Different
a character
training.
at this point. You know? So when he went into this dimension of The Rock, he really he really knew how to channel the essence of who that character is, but elevate it to the space that he is at as a man and the character is at this point. I think from a drama perspective, he took the note. He also listens to y'all. I think he
Me?
listens to the internet, not you. Well, he
The
might
fans.
listen to you, Kyle.
He ain't listening.
But
to
he
me.
listens. He listens to the fans to a certain degree, and he takes those notes. And once again, I'm gonna say it again. We got to give Cody Rhodes credit for being professional enough, man enough, and understanding that it's bigger than him to sell it the way that he sold it with The Rock. And I don't feel like we give him enough credit because this dance only happens with two people. He can't do this dance by himself.
Right.
So you need somebody like Cody to help sell this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, DDM. I hear what you're saying. They said I'm a
I'll
Rock
give
hater.
him-
I you know what, Cal, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know your reputation for the nostalgia. I know
Oh,
how
you
you
want-
feel. Rock came in as a nostalgia act
Yes.
and bought that nostalgia act current.
Yes. No.
We've
Facts.
never seen him do. Rock come in years before and just came in and did The Rock.
He was
And
old
licked the
Rock.
smell and licked the tongue up and a flamethrower, and we saw all that. He's here for real now, and I think we see the difference in it.
Facts.
But when he came in to do his thing, and he didn't get in the ring and he didn't get involved like he did now, that was completely different. He was supposed to do that. That was supposed to what was supposed to happen.
I can only be honest. I can only go back to the conversations we had and said I stand firm. When I saw the bloodline there and I saw the Rock standing next to them, it didn't mesh to me. It still really don't mesh because Roman dressed like me right now. And then The Rock dressed like somebody that is paying Roman to be the champion. It wasn't meshing. I needed some more of this. I needed less talking, more interaction. It didn't even need to be this type of beatdown, but I think the severity of this shit, spitting at this man's face after you threw his head into that truck, how many times? I needed this.
This is another thing. He has a history of spitting.
He has a history of
spitting. He be spitting at people. I was like, this isn't the one thing.
Rock's a spitter.
That's not the black side. We don't do that.
Rock's a spitter for real.
Nasty.
He got the boots on still though.
Y'all remember we talked about it, and it was a huge conversation. Really, the day everything popped off with TKO and this one and that one, and there's another thing that we need to talk about in a bit. Yeah. That happened, but. He said something on one of them interviews where they was like, well, are we getting you at WrestleMania? Is it you and Roman Reigns? And what did he say? He said, and I don't think they've moved from this. If it's going to be me and Roman, it's got to be the biggest match in the world, and we need time to develop that. You know what they're doing right goddamn now?
They're developing that.
Developing it, yeah.
With the 100%. Goddamn McAfee stuff that Roman was talking, finally letting Roman talk it. I don't know if they read out the same book, and I feel like it's really, really obvious.
Obvious?
That they're playing to that.
That the characters of Rock and Roman ain't necessarily aligning on the same track, and there is an easy the point of contention is you see it coming.
Yeah. So and that's how, and I was pissed at this last week's SmackDown. I didn't like the way it ended.
Roman and Cody stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like how the whole how Roman has taken the back seat. I didn't like any of it until I watched the interview. This whole final boss situation. I went back and listened to the promos. And I was just trying to find clues and trying to understand what it is.
Right.
And I think it's supposed to be by design. Because at first I was like,
he's a spitter.
Does he feel? I'm confused. And then I'm like, well, maybe this is supposed to be by design. He's supposed to look like the third wheel. That's what's supposed to happen. But I still don't like it because I know what Roman could do on the mic when he terrorized. I saw the two playlists today. I went back and saw the two playlists. I went back and looked at even there's an what is it? John Cena versus the why family dynasty. So all the shit between him and The Rock, and then Umaga. I didn't even realize that he had an Umaga thing. So it's like history, and then I go back to the timeline where people are like, oh, John Cena might be involved in the blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, and then the whole. So I'm like, okay, so maybe, perhaps, perchance, but this is why I don't like going back. Because I always feel like, no, it's got to be a clean slate. It's got to be a clean slate, right? But maybe it's not.
Mm-hmm. And Mimi, you bring up a great point. People, I know Math in the chat, and Cal, you felt this way. It doesn't mesh. He doesn't look like he belongs with the bloodline. But to Mimi's point, maybe that's the whole point.
He's not supposed to.
He's not supposed to. That is what is going to feed this conflict because they are very much a gang. Rock is an island unto himself, you know? And so there has to be distinction there because guess what? All of this stuff we hearing about people thinking Rock going over time and this secret, I think they feed all this shit to build the story.
Could be
of a man who is quote unquote past his prime or thinks it's still a certain way.
That's right.
If you listen to what all of them are saying, wrestling was popular without you. We've been doing all of Seth said it.
That's everything Seth is saying,
crisis.
LA Knight said it too.
LA Knight said it too, right?
I think that you and Rock's on the board, so he understands storytelling and how to build a feud and build an arc properly. We could get a whole nother year and a half of this bloodline and it not be stale now because of The Rock.
Right.
And I hate that it's crazy to say this because I didn't think that this was going to be the case, bitch. But I don't think Cody winning.
That's what I was saying.
Let me
And you was right. Looking at everything now, and then Mimi doing her homework backlog, which y'all gotta watch that by the way. That's coming to a Patreon near you.
Talk about it.
But Mimi doing her backlog, I think they have found the way to make Cody lose. The crowd will be okay with it because there's going to be some other shit going on. They'll be mad because they was mad last year in California. But I think the story building has gotten so fresh that we're going to be okay with this man losing, and he's not going to get that belt. I don't think Cody would getting that belt.
All right.
I don't think he's getting it.
Saturday, Friday, I'm sorry, fam, just real quick. Monday felt like he was winning.
That's what she said.
Listen,
I
think there's a couple of things happening here. Is it's starting to look like we got to start looking at more than Monday and Friday, right? They got a whole show coming up where we got to watch 3-minute matches on Twitter.
Speed.
They've got their substance in Pat McAfee interviews. They're starting to make us look at everything, but they've got an interesting opportunity here. Let me ask a question. Mm-hmm. Who's the best WWE built villain of all time?
Of all time? Best WWE villain. Best built. Mm-hmm. Fuck. That's a great question.
I was last, so I can't really say.
I'm going to tell you, the work said it right. The best WWE villain of all time is Voldemort, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Voldemort, Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Cook.
There is a very good possibility that they are building a brand new Mr. Johnson in the office, greatest bad guy, because now we've got to get Roman and Rock, but we can get a lot of other stuff on the way, and you can turn Roman. Which I thought would almost be impossible. But listen, man, I think we can have another really great heel in the office.
Damn, y'all talking like Rock's about to be the head of creative.
Nah, I ain't going that far.
It sound like there was conversation in the chat about Triple H and thoughts on his booking over the last year, and especially when you look at the Mania card and the lack of melanin in a lot of matches. I don't know what's going on there, but it seemed like this week, Rock vs. Roman at SummerSlam, when we're talking about what's sparking that interest. This nigga he wore two belts. Took one of them off and then rubbed this man's blood on. Hopefully they had some type of, protocols or whatever. The blood was on his hand. He wiped it on the belt. So I'm gonna give it to him.
He's Samoan.
That's the mon.
Hey, Kyle, don't.
Relax. That's that. I'm gonna hurt myself. That's that mon. He beat his ass with a belt.
That's a beautiful image.
Hey, yo, it looked like two R&B singers got in a fight.
Oh my god!
And I also think